Welcome first grade to English Language Arts. Today we're going to cover the first step in the writing process. The steps for the writing process are pre-writing, editing, drafting, revising, publishing, and also sharing. I will ask the class to tell me what they know about pre-writing, and then I will explain what it is afterwards. Pre-writing is the first stage in the writing process. It helps brainstorm ideas for a story. Prewriting takes all of the brainstorming ideas and combines it into one idea. It is also a plan made before prewriting. It helps to form ideas and gathers information. Prewriting is a method of writing that helps the author think of ideas to write about. I'll give each student a packet of all the writing techniques to use whenever they brainstorm for a story, such as blank worksheets. There are many ways to brainstorm to get an idea ready for a story. I'm going to ask the class what type of brainstorming they use or what types they have heard of. The 6 most common ways to brainstorm are free writing, webbing, mapping, bulleting, Venn diagram, and questioning. One way to brainstorm if you are stuck on a topic is to start writing about the idea. If you have a story to tell, start by writing it down without any organization. I have the students tell me a story by writing down one thing they did this past weekend. I will explain that this method of writing is called free writing. Webbing starts from one central idea, usually inside a circle. The next level of circles is topics that relate to the central idea. I will ask the students what kind of food dogs eat, their habitat, different types of dogs, and the appearance of the animal to demonstrate this type of pre-writing. Webbing organizes the ideas of a central topic to each of the branching ideas. Mapping is compared to webbing because ideas that relate to the central idea branch off. I will ask the class to help me branch off ideas from the topic of school. School can branch off into learning and socializing. When students learn in school, they learn about problem solving, math, science, English, and social studies. Socializing can make friends and help students learn to play with others. Listing helps brainstorm by writing as much as possible about the topic. I will ask the class what kind of list people make every day. Examples are grocery list, to-do list, homework assignments, chores, and chores lists. Listing helps generate topics and can also help create main points of a story. In this example, problem asks, what is the problem in the story? Setting is the time and place. Characters are good, which are the heroes, bad, which are the villains. Solution, how do you fix the problem? Bulleting is a type of brainstorming because it helps people write down a list of words or phrases that relates to the topic. A phrase combines words into form incomplete sentences while explaining the topic. This method is used to sort ideas by writing down anything that relates to the topic. Character 1 is good. He is the hero. He helps his friends. Character 2 is the villain. He is the bad guy that bullies other children. Venn diagram is a type of brainstorming which takes 2 ideas together to show contrasting and similar views of the topic. I will show a Venn diagram of a dog and a cat and have the class tell me differences and similarities of both animals. Venn diagrams are helpful when separating ideas for a story to identify and write about the topic. Questioning is used mainly to answer the 5 W questions. These questions consist of who, what, where, when, why, and how. Who was involved? What is the problem? Where is the story taking place? When is the story taking place? Why is the problem happening? How is the problem solved? I'll give the students a worksheet to answer these questions about their own story and a story I give them. Questioning can also be known as journalistic pre-writing. Once the students find the best way for them to brainstorm and pre-write, the students will then organize their thoughts to create a rough draft of a story. The example given is, Sally and Susie wanted to buy some candy at the store. They rode their bikes to the store. Once they got to the store, they realized they forgot their money. They rode their bikes back home to get money. Sally and Susie went to the store again to buy their favorite candy. I will then have the students answer the following questions of who, what, where, when, why, and how. Topics to choose from for their stories can involve themselves or their community. Topics relating to themselves include hygiene, nutritional foods, safety, harmful, and helpful substances. Community topics are friendship, family, choices, consequences, home, and school. I will then ask the class to write about one of these topics and use the brainstorming ideas. Class activities include worksheets that help the students create their own stories. I'll give the students the beginning of a story and they will finish the rest of it. I will give the students a moral of a story and they have to write a story relating to the topic, such as sharing. The students will have a list of new vocabulary words and they will need to include the vocabulary words in their stories. The class will also create sentences and stories from cut-out words. A review of this lesson. Prewriting is the beginning process to writing a story. There are different techniques for brainstorming. I will ask the class to review the different types. Brainstorming is meant to create ideas for a story and to gather information to start a story and give enough detail. I will then give the class an opportunity to review the information and discuss brainstorming and prewriting.